I think we need to run.
From what?
From the storm.
And I turn around and look.
The lightning flashes and it's not rain that's falling, but thin tendrils like that of jellyfish, just a sheet of them waving in the wind as it falls across the
Run! We leave the jewel, we run towards the green lights, whatever it is.
sprinting across. Hi everyone.
Hi.
We are playing Pathfinder, and we are setting it in the Under the Gods setting that we've kind of been developing, that we're just calling Under the Gods because we have no better name for it. But if you have a name for it that you'd like to give it, that's actually reasonable. not some like the Marshmallow Land or something. Well, actually, that's a pretty good one.
It is.
If you've got a better one than the
Better than the Marshmallow Land,
because it has nothing to do with Under the Gods, then let us know in the comments. Alright, we are setting with two characters. We've got Josiah and
Rastus. My characters always have rolled R's for some reason.
It's their thing.
It's their thing. It makes them sound sophisticated.
Correct. Normally it's me that does that.
Did you know sophistication used to have different implications altogether? Sophistry is like weaving tall stories and making yourself look really incredibly intelligent, whereas now we've taken sophistication to actually be a positive thing.
And we're back. And well, what happened there?
Don't you feel enriched?
Like QI. Awesome.
No, QI trick you into making an idiot of yourself and then make
true,
look
true.
right by telling you the truth.
So tell us about Rastus.
Rastus is looks awesome and mysterious. He's a man who has fought hard in the wars against
The Great Wars against the Lich King Ashtelhem.
Fought hard side by side with his friend Jatiah, slain mountains of undead. His magic, he's an oracle, so he connects with divine forces, and the divine strength and rage flows through him. And as his life has progressed, especially through the undead wars, he's turned further and further to the dark side, and now dabbles in animation of undead and all those sorts of things to fulfill the ends that he sees are justified. He's extremely loyal and open with his friends, but very distrustful and cynical of the world in general. And he's clad in hide armor, and he wields almost no weapons, just fireball and summoning and all those sorts of things.
His gods are his weapons.
That's right, and it's always also very useful to put his hand on the back of Jatiah, who is a weapon in and of himself.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
That's right.
Speaking of Jatiah,
So Jatiah has been a warrior since he was 16, and fighting in the wars against the Lich King and the undead. And he's very loyal as well to his friends from the
loyal
wars.
bunch, isn't it?
The whole group's pretty loyal, except when we kind of split up all the time.
That's right.
But we're still loyal.
We're not
to
bound
each
to
other.
walk the same path every step.
oh, beautiful.
And Jatiah is he's done a lot of fighting. Basically, fighting and drinking are the two things that dominate Jatiah's adult life.
Are the grooves of your armour still filled with the gore of your slain enemies like you were when the war first ended? Or have you cleaned your armour?
Oh, well, I've got new armour.
Got new
Since
armour.
we slew the dragon. I've got dragon hide instead of your traditional metal.
Wow.
And a sword that bursts into flame when I drag it along the ground.
I love this weapon.
Or along any hard surface, really.
Please, the shrubbery.
So we're setting this in the water.
On a boat.
On a spot.
I lose all my fire damage.
Alrighty, so where we probably left off is in the Hidden City. Marcus Rutherford Jasondra and I think Jataya, and you had a different character.
Yeah, there was a dwarf.
They had a gold mine, I believe. You guys acquired at least 10% in a gold mine, and so Marcus Rutherford and Jasondra are off managing that. So that's just a bit of background story. You are both in the city of Arras, which is where we had a number of adventures already. What was my character's name? Oh, brain freeze. Castile Farlooker. He's headed off in a different direction. He hasn't got anything connected to the mine, so he has no interest in that so far. But you have you've been connected for a while now, and Burke Bonfire, if you remember the guy who lost his hand in the Hidden City adventure, has led you, Ben, back to Arras in order to be able to pick up Jataya and take them back to the city of Targenan, where the gold mine is. Burke Bonfire, however, is retiring. He just doesn't want to do the life of a guide anymore. He's finding it a little too dangerous.
He has lost a hand.
And so he bequeaths you with his ring, which has the stars in it. So it's a ring of navigation in a sense.
Oh, wow.
And it'll allow you to move without a guide and head back towards Targenan.
Excellent.
Wow.
You hope. Yeah.
He's very kind.
He is.
Well, he got a little bit of a percentage of the gold mine, so he's living it up a little bit. Okay. He's got a bit of wealth now, so he's okay. He's time to retire and have some, marry his fat wife and have lots of fat children. So that's his thing. So you have both purchased a few chul, those land crab type creatures that will get you across the desert and can carry lots and lots of stuff. And you head out on the road. On the desert sands to get back to Targenan.
Excellent.
It's a fair trip, so it's going to take you a few months to make that journey across the sands. And you remember as you go some of the adventures that you've had in the past of moving underneath the feet of gods and fighting. What was that creature that you fought? What we fought in the sands in our life assurance?
What's it called? Oh, I can't remember anything.
Was that the one that buried itself?
Yeah. Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I can't remember. Wow, it's one of my favourite creatures.
I know, it's the second time I fought one of those. On the journeys that you've had and the dangers that you've faced along the way, and you managed to use the ring fairly well, but how well we'll find out in a sec when you make a navigation roll. So I'm going to give you a bonus to your roll. So whoever has the highest navigation who wants to use the ring.
So survival roll.
5.
5, excellent.
So I'm going to give you a bonus of +5 to that.
So that'd be 22.
You managed to navigate fairly well, and in fact, the ring itself has almost a GPS-like quality about it, in that there are the stars shift and move in order to move away from areas where you think where Burke Bonfire has noticed raiders camp out in those areas. So the map itself grows with the knowledge of those who wield it, and you manage to navigate around some of the worst of the raiders that have camped out there. You see their chul encampments off in the distance, but you manage to skirt around them. And you make camp one night under the skies, which are just completely clear, and you can just see the stars are so vivid. And it's cold, but you've got a lot of you got faggots of wood that you carried with you, or chul dung that's dried out that you use for fire to light the fires. And you camp out under the stars, as you know that you'll be doing for the next month or so. But you've got ample supplies, like I said. In the middle of the night, you're woken up by the sound of distant thunder. And there's flashes of lightning heading off in the distance. Look at this go. And it's gone. No, it's back.
Excellent.
And you can see that the stars are just turning black as the clouds start to come over. You haven't really sent any tents or anything like that. It doesn't rain in the desert. And the clouds themselves seem to have a tinge of a green, pale green about them. And the lightning comes down in sheets which seem to light up the horizon for longer than it should before they disappear. And the clouds move over you, getting closer and closer.
Not like this desert. Too Too much ill has gone on in this place.
Indeed.
It is poisoned ever still from the undead hordes that dwelt in it. I don't want to meet a couple of those gods again.
No, but where are we going to hide? It's the desert.
We're caught in the open again.
Mm-hmm.
Pray that no large feet come crashing down on our heads.
You can make a navigation roll if you'd like to see if you can find something within the ring itself that might give you a clue.
14.
14. There is a very faint star which seems to glow with a slight green light, which is close by, which may signify, you're not sure with a 14, you're not sure exactly what that would signify as you're still trying to learn how to use this ring. But it seems to glow, and it seems to be probably within distance that it might take you. You might be able to get there in time before the storm hits.
I say anything is better than being caught in the open with this lightning.
Alright, we risk it.
Okay. Are you going to ride there on your chul, or are you going to lead your chul along?
Are the Chul happy or stressed out? Or
They are actually agitated. You hear them clicking their claws together. They aren't used to thunder and lightning, being creatures of the desert. They don't get this very often.
I'm gonna try and handle them as a master, you know.
Oh,
Cry
nice.
to them, talk to them, connect with.
It's a bit of
connect with
animal
their spirit.
handling.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe I'll try and ride mine. I'm gonna grab it, you know, look in its eyes.
It's 2 eyes.
It's 2 eyes. You know, pin it in a respectful, you know.
Stroke its mandibles.
That's right. Stroke its mandibles. Speak secret languages to it.
Oh! Wow.
It's still a 12, but
It
yeah.
knocks you
It's a bunch.
flying. You take 4 hit points of damage as you slam into the carapace of one of the other chul. The claw, it's just irritated and agitated. And it
Oh
can't,
dear.
It can't be.
I think we should lead the chul.
Yes.
You can leave the chul behind.
Lead.
Lead.
Sounds like a cool.
All right, vermin.
Yeah, animal handling.
Yeah, that was a bit dim.
Alright, so you're going to lead them along. This is going to slow you down a bit,
Yeah.
but you pile everything that you've taken down off and back on again, and you start leading them on as the clouds move
See
over.
my cloak whipping in the wind and feet slipping in the sand, and these massive creatures sort of trying to pull.
The winds just pick up, and you feel that stinging sand as it hits your face. And imagine wrapping a cloth around your mouth to be able to keep the worst of it out. But the clouds are now overhead, and the lightning seems to just appear ever closer, just holding there like a freeze before disappearing again. And in one of those freezes, those lightnings, as you look back, you see it looks like rain coming with it, which, I mean, in this desert must happen, I don't know,
So it is
once a
rain.
decade maybe. But it's coming from a distance off. And with the lightning disappearing, it disappears too. And you lead them ever onwards. As you climb up the side of a dune, I'm going to get you to make perception rolls to see if you can work out how this works within the positioning of the star itself.
21.
21.
I'm glad we brought you.
In a minute, I'm going to be glad we brought you.
My eyes are dim.
You're still trying to lead this chul and just trying not to look at, trying
Damn
to...
the creature!
Trying to look at its eyes.
My eyes are almost cataracted over anyway, so yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Okay.
Dim,
Yeah, you
dim.
are struggling.
I exist, I dwell in the spiritual realm almost more than the real world. So.
You sense that there is something otherworldly about this storm that's coming. It doesn't seem natural, and
Yeah.
it's and it fills you with a sense of fear. As you look down over the dunes, you see, Johnny, that there is a faint green light coming from further down the dunes themselves, and you don't think you're going to be able to get there, leading the chul the way you are, to get there before the rains hit. But you definitely can pinpoint it now. You know where it is.
Should we make a run for it down there?
Bring these damned animals, we paid good money for them!
I don't think we're going to make it.
What?
I think we need to run.
From what?
From the storm.
And I turn around and look.
The lightning flashes, and it's not rain that's falling, but thin tendrils like that of jellyfish, just a sheet of them waving in the wind as it falls across the.
Run! We leave the jewel, we run towards the green lights, whatever it is.
Sprinting across as the tentacles start to hit. I'm going to get you to just ditch these poor jewels.
Yeah.
Alright, make an athletics roll.
Athletics.
That's acrobatics.
Is there? Oh, there's no athletics.
Well, we can do a constitution check if it's like a stamina issue or.
Well, let's say acrobatics to keep your feet as you make your way across this sand as you're sprinting in the dark.
13.
1. Oh no, sorry, 4. Not minus 3, 4. So
Alright.
I'm not gaining.
Rust is lagging behind, and you can feel that it's coming. Johnny, you are much further ahead, and you feel something sting the back of your leg as one of these tendrils just lightly touches. These are thin, almost translucent tentacles that touch your leg, and you just feel this sting of pain lance up the back of your leg.
So I'm like all cloaks and but it still touches through my.
It seems to touch through the thinner parts of your clothing. So where your leather is, it doesn't seem to have left a mark, but it just touches the bit of your clothing, and maybe it has some kind of spines on it which go through thin clothing. But it touches your leg, and you trip over and quickly grab and stand it up again. Johnny, do you want to do anything? You hear a cry of pain come from behind you.
Turn back and say, hurry!
I'm hurrying! Oh, God damn the sand, I can't keep my feet!
Jataya, when you look around to call out to him, the lightning flashes again, holding in the sky, and where the lightning illuminates is now seems to be all around you, and there are strange figures, ghost-like figures in the light that when it flashes on, you see that there are large monstrous beasts with people riding on top of them, fighting against others that are on the ground, and there seems to be a silent war happening in that one flash of light, then just
behind
disappears again.
the tentacles or off to the side?
Wherever the light illuminates,
right.
you can see this. So
it's like a poisonous sort of sting, was it, or like?
It feels like almost a spirit-like touch.
Negative. Okay, cool. I'm going to run faster.
Cool.
Spurred on by terror.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's make some constitution rolls now, because we're moving into the time where you're going to have to start pushing, because you are sprinting across sand, which is really difficult to do.
14.
18.
18. All right. You managed to be able to hold true and keep the pace that you're maintaining. The tendrils now are starting to move all around you, and I'm going to get you to make some some reflex saves to be able to move out of the way of them as they move in the wind.
Reflex. Excellent.
Lots.
Oh, easy.
24.
17.
You both managed to twist and turn out of the way of them. The lightning now is ahead of you as well as behind, and surrounds you now in light. And Ben, you see it now, this light as it flicks on, this entire war going on in the light, and then it flashes and just disappears in moments. And I'm going to make you make a perception roll now.
I also have knowledge, religion, and magic, and all that sort of stuff. 4.
4. Okay, cool. John,
That's
do you
for
want to make a
sight.
roll as
That's
well?
for
What am I
physical
rolling for?
sight.
Yeah.
Perception?
Yeah.
12.
Alright, cool. Ben, do you want to make a religion roll of some
Yeah.
kind to be able to try and understand what is going on?
Surely I'm sensing the
Yeah,
spirits.
you are.
16.
Yeah, you know that this is some kind of manifestation of an undead nature, of the darker powers, and that it seems like that this thing is almost a spell unto itself, some kind of binding ritual which has placed this here.
Just on this area, or
it seems to be attached to both the area, but the storm itself moves and shifts within that.
where is this ring taking us, Jataya?
You're getting quite close to it now.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Just over there somewhere.
Running
Can
into
I
the
look?
dark
What do
from
I-
darkness.
What does it look like?
You look through and you it's still a fair way down the hill. down the sand dunes to be able to get to it, but you could make out a dome shape where a light seems to be coming out of the top of it, and where the light touches the sky, there is the starlight shines through.
At least I can fall downhill easier than running uphill.
Well, how far is it?
It is still a fair distance, probably about 10 minutes running
Oh,
to
wow.
get to it. It's still a fair way off down the sand.
Do you think you're going to make it?
I can keep running as long as I can keep my feet.
All right.
Keep these damn tentacles off me.
Then run.
Make a reflexes roll.
He's going to go for something. 21.
Lots. 20.
Excellent. You guys managed to weave around it, and this is just, it's like being underwater almost. These tentacles just flow out across the sand, blowing in the wind, wrapping around themselves. The lightning now just stays on for 5 seconds at a time before disappearing. And in that moment...
How much is it going to slow me down if I draw my sword?
Oh, it's not effectively rules-wise. I don't think it's like the general. So no.
So I might have that
Maybe
out
pause for a
just
moment.
to kind of...
You can draw your weapon as a part of any move action.
Just to kind of swipe any out of the way to get too close.
Well, as you see it, the lightning hits, and you can see a ghost-like form to stay and see you, and just moves towards you in that moment where it just leaps at you.
Fireball.
Rastus!
Rastus, you also see this image of it where they seem to notice, almost like they can smell the living, and they turn towards you and leap to attack these.
I would. Are they right on us, or?
They seem to be right on you. It's like instantaneous. You could be surrounded by them, and then you wouldn't know it until the lightning hit. And it seems to be in that moment of lightning that they become almost corporeal.
So I couldn't let off a fireball, except on
In
top,
that instantaneous
on top of
moment.
myself.
Yeah.
Because my fingers would be itching. The spell would be straining at the edges.
Yeah. Do you have anything you can do against ghosts? Come on, magic man. I don't know how good my sword's
I
going to
didn't
be.
take protection from evil. It would be fantastic. It basically wards us from evil.
No? Oh
I
dear.
resist energy, but that's not the right sort of thing. Zone of truth, they'll be very truthful. We're going to eat your soul. Yeah, no, I don't really have those sorts of things.
Awesome, okay.
Alright.
Let's make an initiative roll to see who attacks who first.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep this off the map just for now because it's so
Yeah,
fast paced and
okay.
moving. And things move in and out so quickly.
13.
Alright, Ben. Oh!
Gods are shining on me.
You going first.
Alright, one of these ghosts just seems to appear out of the lightning and launches itself towards you, but you manage to.
So
Go away.
is he just in front of me, or not?
He's still ahead of you a little bit, but not too much.
And this ghost is between us.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere I could land a fireball.
Fireball me in the
You will
back.
definitely hit some ghosts if you fire a fireball. But whether or not the one you're intending, there are a number of ghosts that are around you, swirling around. But there's one ahead of you, Ben, and there's also one ahead of you, Johnny. So you can try and.
Okay, let me think about this. I'm going to burst fire around myself.
Oh.
So I'm going to basically catch on fire,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just look up its effects if you like.
So you sort of weave fire around yourself.
Yeah. So actually,
Dumbledore.
the heat deals 1d4 fire damage per 2 oracle levels. So that's 3d4 to everyone within 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
The reflex save is half, and it gives me 20% concealment. Yeah, so as a swift action. So as soon as it appears, I just explode into flame.
Yeah. And and they need to make a reflex save when they attack you.
They make a reflex save
Or instant
right
attack,
now.
like
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
within 10 feet. DC 18.
Alright, yeah. So how much damage happens to it? As you can see,
Say
parts of its
3D.
ethereal, corporeal,
3, 4,
spirit
3, 4,
burns.
5. So 5 hit points damage.
Cool.
I'm going to also... So that was swift action. So I'm also, as soon as it appears, I just burst into flame and draw my dagger and just lunge at it as well.
Cool.
So
I love it.
and sort of like try and jump onto it and hold it. 22.
Nice. Yep.
1 hit point damage. I'm not really quite the same with weapons as you are.
Look, maybe not quite.
Yeah, it lands into this ghost, and you can see it tears across its pale flesh, and wisps of its ghost-like form leak out of it, and it cries out in pain. I think. Oh no, I'm going before you. It goes to its mouth extending open, and it goes to just tear into your face.
Mm-hmm. Tries to eat your face. Classic ghost.
With 21.
So against my armor class?
Touch. No,
Yes.
just armor class.
Yep. Easily.
Do you want to make a fortitude save? DC 18?
Could be 6! Okay.
Alright.
Oh my god, that's a lot of things you're rolling.
16, 22 points of damage as it tears into you and just pulls away your spirit.
I mean, the thing is, so it appeared, I burst into flame, and then I lunged at it with my dagger, and it basically opens its mouth, and I sort of, go into it, and it does that damage when I enter its body.
Yeah. Just for that one moment,
Yeah,
you feel
that's
the corrupting nature of it, as it seems to almost block out your connection with the gods themselves. You'll go. Oh no, it's go on you, Johnny. So the other one, seems to be.
There is one somewhere.
Yeah, it seems to be some kind of strange dryad-like beast, half dryad, half tree-like entity, and it brings out one of its trunks and seems to whip it across your midsection to see if it can vivisect you. Which it doesn't.
No.
And you dodge out of the way in time, and then
Do I get some kind of
you
attack?
can do something definitely.
All right. Well, what was my? Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna which strike should I use? Too many feats.
Strike of awesomeness.
Yeah, vital strike.
You're gonna strike at its vital spirit form, just right where it hurts.
Yeah, just
Right in the trunk.
really,
Yeah.
give it a big swing. Right at the trunk.
Oh.
Look, I might have still hit it.
Well, how much is it? What was it?
15?
No, not enough.
Close.
But you get 2 attacks, don't you?
Yeah.
I could hit with my weapon.
You could hit with your weapon. And yet take one.
Oh no, that's not good. Alright.
18.
You slice at this thing and it seems to just move in the wind. The wind catches it and moves it off to the side.
So you've stopped.
So I was
The lightning
flying,
is gone and with it the ghosts just disappear.
They disappear.
They just
for
disappear
that
in the
moment.
lightning for that moment, and you guys start running forward
Oh,
again.
Yeah, so I stand there, I wheel first, sort of, looking around. Where are you? God damn it! And I run
You
again.
start running in. I'm going to get you to make reflex saves as more of these tendrils waft around you.
How many times will you make these saves?
7.
13? Not as many times.
13, no, not enough either of you.
All of a sudden, luck
Alright.
runs out.
Johnny, you take 11.
Whoa.
Then you take 7. As these things just burn across your body.
How are you going?
I'm half.
Okay.
I do have
The
healing- I do have
lightning,
healing magic.
as you run forward again, heading towards it, getting closer, and the lightning flashes again.
Oh, not again.
And in that moment, we get to make perception rolls.
22.
3.
All right,
I love your perception.
Johnny.
It is night time.
It is not
Amongst
done.
the chaos of the war that goes on all around you, these ghost-like creatures that were chasing you are continuing to move towards you, even as they're invisible. They seem to relocate you when the lightning strikes again, and they move again towards you, but they seem completely blind to you otherwise.
That's so cool.
And then, in amongst the chaos, in amongst these monsters fighting each other, you see someone you recognize. You see your brother walking towards you. He seems to have spotted you, and he seems to be not walking. Sorry, he's running towards you.
That would fill you with dread.
He is dead.
There is a look on his face
What is-
that isn't of anger or of anything of any evil intent that you can see. It seems to be that look of absolute wonder that he's spotted you,
Wow.
and then it's gone again.
I stop dead in my tracks. I can't see the tentacles.
All right, you're ahead
I'm
of
just...
Ben, so Johnny stops in his tracks, Ben.
He
And he's ahead of you, so
I
you
run
catch up
past
to him. Feel the love.
loyalty.
Awesome. You keep running through. The lightning flashes again, and and the ghost latches itself onto the back of you, the ones that caught up with you, and whoa!
Good timing.
And a creature, like a drake, grabs the spirit, wrenches it up, and tosses it up into the clouds again. Just in time.
And I start running again.
You see in that flash though, because you imagine your eyes are on
where
your
he
brother,
was
on
before.
Jasoa is his name?
Yep.
And he is running towards you, and he's mouthing and pointing at the dome. And you can make out.
I run.
In the flash, do you want to make a perception roll, Ben?
Yeah. Please. A 10.
Not.
Now, is there any? Does it look like there's stuff in between us and the dome?
There are beasts, massive beasts, and
Are there things?
and humanoid shapes. Yeah.
Okay.
But not ghosts. Like
Ghosts.
actual...
Like these things all seem to be ghosts,
Alright.
as if there are just wars layered on top
Okay,
of each
I'm
other.
going to cast resist energy.
Yeah.
Just on myself, just during one of these running bits. Yep.
Yep. What does that do?
It just gives me another 10 damage reduction against fire in this case.
Excellent. And then you're going to keep running forward again?
Yeah.
I'm going to ready a fireball.
Oh, that's cool. So you hold on to it.
Yeah.
Sweat just pouring down your brows.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to get you to make reflex saves.
22.
10.
Alright. Oh, Ben, you take 15 points of damage. You just feel this thing just tear across your
We're up
arms.
to 3/4 now.
Yeah.
And you stagger. You manage to catch up to him as the lightning flashes again, and a giant beast, almost like the elephants from Lord of the Rings, but this seems to be some kind of scaled monstrosity. Its foot just comes down towards you,
Okay, and I let go of my fireball.
and you
Right?
straight up
Just
it,
right on top of myself. Yeah.
Straight up in the air.
up into the air at this foot as it descends on you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Go for it.
And I'm in there as well.
You're in the
I'm
fireball.
in the fireball. Yeah.
You're like launching up into the sky on wings of fire. Is that what you're doing?
No. I'm just
Okay.
exploding a whole big dome of fire right around me.
Is Johnny in that?
Well, is he?
part?
Are you within?
He is. He
20
caught up to
20
you.
feet?
Oh, yeah.
Caught up with you, remember?
Sorry.
We're gonna
So
take
you're gonna have to
damage.
make a reflex save, Johnny.
So
in a
read
sec.
DC 19,
We've got friendly fire.
18, 22, 23, 25.
All right, you hit with full damage on this creature.
28
Do I roll reflex?
reflex.
What do I need? 22?
So you take half damage, I believe.
I make my save and therefore take no damage at all. Yeah.
But Johnny takes half.
Yeah, half 28. 14.
The fireball smashes up into this foot as it drops down towards you, and it just vaporizes it. You see the creature loses its footing and as if to step down but can't, and just topples over onto the ground. People go flying off the back of the creature, and you keep sprinting towards it.
So he catches me and passes me while I stand there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but I kind of get
he gets hit
blasted
by it,
by
so he
fire.
staggers.
Yeah.
I realise what I've done. Jataya!
Lightning flashes into make a perception roll, Ben.
He wants me to see this.
Oh, you've seen nothing.
And it blinds you. It completely blinds
It's actually
you.
a 0, by the way.
With the
Yeah, -1 perception.
in the explosion of the flame and the bright lightning that hits, you are blinded for a moment and stagger. Johnny, you can see this, and you
I'm
see
standing there wheeling.
What do I
on the
see?
you
spot.
see your brother standing with another person. I don't know if you've met the person that Ben. Did we say
No.
that you had? No.
No.
Standing with another, and they seem to be fending off one of these a ghost which is trying to launch itself, some kind of arachnid creature, and they seem to be fending it off, and both of them point, going, "Come on, towards
But I'm
it.
standing there, like this.
Ben, I'm going to get you to make a reflex save.
Yep.
Probably not going to pass that.
What's your hit points down to?
I've
Yeah, much left.
13.
13. Okay, you take. You got damage reduction, don't you?
Not just first fire.
Oh, okay, cool. You take 7 points of damage from that. As you just feel this thing just whip around you and burn across your torso.
Fall
You
to
can
my
see.
knees.
I see all this
in that,
happen.
Yeah, and he
I'm going to
doesn't
run
look
back
like-
and grab him.
Cool, make a reflex save.
Probably not. 7.
I've got healing.
You take 7 points of damage.
I've got healing magic, by the way.
Yeah, but I've got to get you to the shelter, and currently you're double over and blind.
But I can cast it on myself, but I'm not.
Heal your eyes. All right. They are saying, and then they disappear again. And you
Do I get to him?
You pick up Ben,
Yeah.
or you can. Your eyesight is starting to come back to you.
Say heal yourself, you fool.
Yeah, I'll throw you over my shoulder first.
Okay.
And then I'll say, heal yourself!
I'm gonna cast. Yeah, I'm gonna call. I'm connected to my god sufficiently to call down divine power to heal myself.
Can you make a? Is there a casting roll you can make?
Yeah, absolutely.
This area is just
Spellcraft.
It's not friendly on gods.
No.
12.
Um,
Well, not spellcraft. It's a caster level check, isn't it? Which is
is it, where you succeed whether you go under your cast level.
yeah, it's still not good enough. 7. No, it's only 10 or so.
This area, it's almost like it muffles the connection to the gods.
Why are you forsaken me?
When your hand reaches out, you feel that seems to be the intention of the spells themselves. That this enchantment that lays laying over this area seems to be part of that problem. It seems to be blocking the gods themselves and their activities.
Okay, and he's carrying me now.
Are you carrying?
I've got
do you
him
want me to
I've
make
got him over
another
one
reflex
shoulder
save?
and I've got my sword out in the
Yeah,
other.
strength 18. You're like,
Yeah,
it doesn't worry me.
Stronger than
You
Aragorn.
can carry the tools. Oh, nice.
No, yeah.
Nimbly as you can, dodging these tendrils as they just waft and move around you. And the lightning hits right in front of you with a thunderclap. It's so loud, so close that it seems to be right over you now. And another of these creatures launches itself out in that brief moment of the lightning to strike down towards you. Let's make initiative checks between... Ben, you've got your bum towards it, so...
Yeah.
So, do you want to make a perception roll to see if you can notice first, and then make a roll of that? Yeah, you notice that.
14.
You notice the cry. Oh my god! I'm
Yeah.
sealed by the gods. So, if you want to make a roll, and if you want to do something too, Ben.
yeah.
Is this initiative?
Yep.
6.
16.
I always had terrible initiative. Yeah.
I don't know what my initiative is. I'm not familiar with this character sheet layout. About 10. 14.
Okay. It strikes down towards you, Johnny, before any of you have a chance to react. And what's your AC? Sorry, that's a 17.
My AC is 19.
It strikes into you, and
Take down my AC. Do you need more
no, that's cool.
D6s?
With 20 points of damage as it
Oh.
strikes across you.
Oh.
And you almost buckled. If you want to make a dex roll to see if you can hold with Ben there on your back.
Is that a
Just a
fortitude
pure dex.
or just-
Just a pure dex roll, because you're trying to be nimble. You drop down to your knee, but then you get a chance to do something before Johnny does. So before he drops down, you're able to do something.
You better do something.
I could fireball this guy again, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, this time being a bit more careful about where I aim it.
Well, you know exactly where I
So
am.
he drops
Yeah,
me. I've
I'm
got my hand on his
beneath
shoulder
you.
and I just wheel around with a little ball of fire.
I like it.
Explodes. DC
Okay.
19 reflex save. Oh,
How many does it roll?
So double the damage on that.
double damage. 24, 27, 28, 29, 58 hit points damage.
Is it dead?
It vaporizes and clears a path right the way through to the dome area, which is just not that far off now. You topple off, Ben, because Johnny's dex roll, so you drop onto
In fact,
the
the
ground.
explosion knocks us
you
both.
both
Yeah.
over. I like that.
Yeah.
And you pick yourself up. One more perception roll, Ben.
4.
You ain't seeing nothing.
You can barely see the
The
dome.
fireball. Maybe you should close your eyes when you cast the fireball because it's blinding you. You're still struggling with your eyesight, trying to make it.
Yeah.
You're trying to recover from it, and you pick yourselves up. If you want to pick Ben up and put
No,
him
no,
back,
I can run.
We're just
I
gonna
start
run.
running. Excellent. You're very close to it now. You seem to be.
I can see the light.
You
Maybe.
can see the light. The dome itself seems to be a large structure, which is illuminated in the lightning flashes. But also, it seems to have a glow around it, almost a golden green glow. And there are large brass doors, incredibly high brass doors that sit up towards it. And you start sprinting forward. Get you to make reflex saves.
Okay, I have 7
21.
points left. So a roll of 9 wouldn't really be very good.
21.
I need to cast that healing spell.
Then you feel it just strike across you, a pain like you've never experienced before, and you drop to the ground at -2.
Okay.
Johnny, what did you roll?
I rolled 21.
Yeah, you manage to pull away, but you hear the cry as he drops down, and you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to turn back again.
You turn back again.
Yep.
One
We
more.
were sort of with each other, like we were maybe I
Yeah.
was put my hand on your shoulder.
Yeah, we didn't have time to get separated though. So
And I just go,
No, you're right next to him.
We're actually running so fast that I face plant into the sand and roll forward
Yeah.
and stay there still.
I'm gonna mention one more reflex save in this, just as you start picking him up.
Yeah, it's 7.
All right, take 7 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
What are you down to?
3.
Ben, as you go, everything goes black. Everything seems to light up around you as if this bright light, and you see
True
ahead
vision.
of you.
This is where I would see it.
This is you see your son fending off some of these creatures with another person next to him, and just screaming and pointing towards the door. He's saying, "Go, run!"
But I can't move.
Because
My spirit is willing,
You
but
feel-
my body
you feel
is
your
like
body is
weighed
so
down with
dead,
lead and weight.
stone.
Oh wow.
You pick him up,
Yeah.
put him onto your shoulder. You run Johnny towards
Yeah.
a door and bang against the
The hilt
door.
of my sword.
And it feels
Not
like an
dropping it.
eternity. It feels like an eternity as the door slowly opens up, and you feel, Johnny, a lance of pain across your back as everything goes black, and you fall forward through the door.
Wow!
How much damage do I think?
Well, let's just leave that up as a negotiation and work it out as
Fantastic.
later on.
Whoa!
Wow.
That's amazing, John. Wow. Oh.
Okay.
Do we take a break there?
Yeah, do you want to take a break? I feel like we need to take a break. Let's
Okay.
take a break.
Amazing. Wow.